Justin says that Blake was determined to make him the real-life villain in her story because she wasn't doing well on the promo tour for the movie. It was very tone deaf. Her hair care line wasn't doing well. She was trying to sell booze.
Against a 40-year-old man named Justin Baldoni and others in California claiming that she was dealing with harassment.
TMZ reported that Blake Lively has told people that there were multiple reasons that Justin Baldoni made her feel uncomfortable.
The battle between Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively heats up. The gossip.
Blake filed a complaint.
Girl actress has begun to share the toll it's having on her personal life.
Defendant Blake Lively has unequivocally left them with no choice.
The legal battle between Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively has taken center stage in Hollywood, captivating not just the entertainment industry, but also the general public. The accusations, the courtroom maneuvers, and the unfolding narratives have all been dissected and debated, leaving many wondering about the truth. Lively, the star of Gossip Girl, has openly discussed the personal toll that this legal dispute has taken on her life, adding another layer of intrigue to an already complex situation. This is a story about more than just the parties involved. It offers a glimpse into the intersection of celebrity, legal controversy, public perception, and the delicate balance that must be maintained in a world where both fortunes and reputations can be so easily won or lost. As always, before we delve deeper, be sure to subscribe to the channel and give this video a like. And if you have any thoughts or opinions, please share them in the comments below. We always love hearing from you.
I mean, I internalized that as opportunity. We had such a responsibility to this audience to deliver something and to have the opportunity to deliver something for a passionate group of people.
Yes.
As someone who is so deeply passionate myself, I was so excited about that. I would so much rather have that than people who are indifferent.
Blasé.
The legal action commenced with Lively's team accusing Baldoni of certain actions that had occurred on set. Actions they claimed caused both emotional distress and professional harm. At the beginning of the case, the specific details of the alleged actions were somewhat vague in the public arena, and the focus was more on the fact that the misconduct was so serious that a formal complaint was warranted. This case was not as simple as some might have initially thought. As it evolved, the matter became increasingly complex. One factor contributing to this complexity was the multiple legal filings that were made. In addition, the tactics that were used in the courtroom were often aggressive, and there were many examples of what can be described as push and pull behavior. Another factor was the willingness of both sides to engage in the public sphere. The involvement of the media.
A lot of it's my real life clothes or my husband's clothes or my girlfriend Gigi's clothes. I was borrowing some.
Wait, that's kind of amazing. So you have something of Gigi's in the movie.
Yeah, it's like a wedding, like something old, something borrowed, something blue, something new.
Wait, which
except
one?
It's just,
Now I want to think of the scene.
Oh, I'm wearing her stuff all over it.
Oh, really?
And tons of like Bodhi, which is with the suit now that I'm wearing is Bodhi. It was meant for my husband, but I borrowed it.
His suit?
It was meant for him to wear, but it's so pretty. Look at it. You guys are not getting it in the shot.
The lawsuit got off to a challenging start. One of the first indications that the legal proceedings would not be a simple matter came when the court rejected the initial evidence that had been submitted by Lively's side. The rejection of the initial evidence sent a clear message. The judge decided that for whatever reason, the evidence presented did not meet the legal standard required to be admitted at that particular phase of the proceedings. Details about the reasons why the judge made this decision were not made available to the public. The judge did not share why. The judge has to be consistent. The judge is in a position of responsibility. The rejection left Lively's attorneys in a difficult spot. Instead of admitting defeat, Lively's lawyers announced that they would file an amended complaint. Their amended complaint would hopefully clarify and strengthen their positions, as well as meet the concerns that the court had raised about their earlier submissions.
Well, I actually knew of the film before I knew of Colleen's book, which is, I know a unique entry point, but I think because I just have 1,000 children, I, have missed all of pop culture, and her significant impact in the world of books. I mean, so many of her books are on the New York Times bestseller. I mean, it's crazy.
The court gave Lively's team a firm deadline for filing their amended complaint, setting it for February 14th. Despite the setback, the court provided an opportunity to refine their arguments and address the judge's concerns. However, the chance would not be open-ended. Tight timelines are typical in litigation. The purpose is to keep things moving in a timely fashion. Soon after the initial deadline was set, Lively's legal team returned to court requesting an extension. They asked the judge to move the deadline from February 14th to March 5th. The primary reason given by Lively's team for requesting the extension was the complexity of bringing new parties into the case. They contended that the involvement of these new parties, in particular a man named Jed Wallace, would be very important.
The idea that people think that they know you, I think because of how intrusive media is these days, people care so much more about your personal life than they do your work, and if you aren't open with your personal life, then they just make it up for you and share it for you.
Baldoni's attorney, Brian Friedman, wasted no time contesting the request for an extension, arguing that the Texas filing was not a new or unexpected development, but rather a direct response to a legal action that Lively herself had initiated. According to Friedman's account, Wallace was simply reacting to Lively's actions. Friedman implied that Lively's team had been aware of all the players. He further implied that Lively's team was well aware of the interplay. Faced with these competing arguments, the judge decided to allow the deadline to be extended. However, rather than granting a full month, the judge allowed for only one additional day. The reduction of the requested time was widely interpreted as a sign that the court was growing weary of delays, and perhaps more importantly, growing cautious about allowing the legal proceedings to be repeatedly postponed. The judge sent a message to the parties to the lawsuit. Lively's team was visibly disappointed.
But I was like just tracking him down, and then I finally got to read the script, and the script was a thriller. So that was a little confusing to me because he's like such a funny director.
Yeah.
And so I said, what is this? Because the script is definitely like a twisting, turning, intense thriller. Is it a comedy or a thriller? And he said, yes. So then every day on set, I was like, is today a comedy or is it a thriller?
It's a good mix.
And it's like, yeah, it's like really kind of over the top and campy and trashy and fun and like, kind of like my outfit, I guess.
Parallel to this deadline-related frustration, another storyline emerged. The question was whether Lively's attorneys would be able to bring in actors or other individuals who had worked on the project to corroborate her version of events. One potential witness was Jenny Slate, a comedic actress who had also been involved in the project. She had publicly praised Lively. However, when it came to formal involvement, Slate chose to keep her distance. Bringing in more actors would show support. It would also give more people a voice. It was not clear how persuasive Slate's testimony would be. Another concern was that Lively's lawyers would seek to place limitations on Brian Friedman's public communications. The goal of the restrictions would have been to control the narrative. It is very common to see this type of motion in high-profile cases, where the court of public opinion can sometimes overshadow the official legal process. The judge denied any broad prohibition on Friedman's statements.
We always tease each other. He was, after I gave birth, he was like, oh my gosh, if I lost you and I, went to the park with our 3 kids, I mean, think of the ladies I can. This is a horrible thing to say. And he's like, I've got a long list. And I was like, oh really? Because I just have one on my list. I don't have anyone on my list.
And then it wasn't funny anymore.
No, it's so much more of a burn. He's like, wait, who? And I was like, think of someone. Bob Newhart, I don't know.
If you're enjoying this in-depth analysis, be sure to subscribe. And to support this channel, remember to like this video. Share any thoughts in the comments.